Hey, what's up? This is Gardetrace. Well, that new trailer for the upcoming Dragon Ball Super Broly movie dropped, and of course, all these mindless fanboys are getting all hyped about it. Really, it doesn't take much to hype up the fanboys nowadays. So we have Broly. It's gonna show Broly's childhood as well as focus on like the childhoods of like Goku, and it's actually gonna, of course, adapt Dragon Ball Minus into its plot, which of course pisses me off because Dragon Ball Minus is complete shit. But besides that, everyone is so looking forward to seeing Akira Toriyama's take on Broly, saying that he's going to be able to flesh Broly out, saying that he's going to make Broly an interesting character and bring him up from the flat one-note character status that he has had in the movies. But really, I really feel that that statement is very unfair to say about Broly, because you have a lot of fans out there that'll go out of their way to just talk shit about Broly, saying, hey, this guy is just such a flat character, he has the dumbest motivations, he's really has no personality, he's flat, he's one note, he's your generic doomsday villain. But how is that any different from any other Dragon Ball Z movie villain? Because that's kinda applies to every last one of them. You know what, for example, let's go through each of the villains. You have Garlic Jr., who, of course, he's motivated to get revenge for his father, but when you look at his father, Garlic, he's basically a guy who was evil for the sake of being evil, and that's why he didn't get the title of Guardian of the Earth. Kami did, so that led to him starting a rebellion, which ended up with him getting sealed away. And then, of course, Garlic Jr. comes around and basically is taking revenge on Kami, but, you know, to his core, Garlic Jr. is just really another guy who's evil for the sake of being evil, and then he wishes for immortality, successfully gets it, and gets sealed away in the dead zone for his trouble, so it really didn't do him any good. Then you take Dr. Weedle, who's basically your generic mad scientist. That's pretty much it. He had his ideas, people viewed him as a lunatic, he's trying to take revenge out in the world, and now that his body is destroyed but his brain is still active, he wants to put his brain in the body of the strongest man on the planet. And yeah, that's kinda it. It's just, you know, typical mad scientist. And then you have Tullus. Basically, he's just a representation of if Goku didn't hit his head as a baby. It would just show that Goku would be just like your typical Saiyan, just your bad guy, and Tullus is just basically bad for the sake of being bad. His backstory is not explored. Even though, like, his crew members, they have backstory to him. It doesn't matter to the film, though, and the film doesn't really go into detail on it. It's just supplemental material that gives them that, but in the film proper, they're all flat characters. Then you have Lord Slug, who's just another evil for the sake of being evil guy, and is really just a rehashing of Piccolo Daimao. Then you have Cooler, who's basically, you know, a Frieza clone. He's supposed to be Frieza's brother, even though he does have a legitimate motivation for why he's seeking revenge on Goku, because, well, Goku killed Frieza. However, when it comes to him, he himself, even though he's shown to be overall more honorable and, like, less strict than Frieza is, as you can see with his armored squadron, as he's not really your angry do this correctly or I'm gonna kill all of you guys. He's basically he understands, hey, there are certain things they can't handle. Say, hey, leave it to me. So, yeah, that is a nice thing, but at the end of the day, he's still just evil for the sake of being evil, especially when he goes into his, I am the supreme master of this universe. And then, of course, the next Cooler movie just basically just has him still being the same evil guy. The only thing about him here is he's merged with the Big Getty Star, and now he eats planets like Galactus. Then you have Android 13, who's just single-mindedly pursuing his goal of killing Goku because that's what he was programmed to do. And that's basically the case with 13, 14, and 15. That's all they really do is they're single-minded in that goal. And, well, they hardly have any speaking lines in their movie. It's Funimation's English dub that gave them more lines. And then you have Bojack and his crew, who are really nothing more than rebels without a cause. That's really it. It's like, Kaio sealed them away, but then they got released when Kaio's planet was blown up by Cell. And now they're just causing mayhem for the fun of it. And then you have Janemba, who's just the result of a psych ogre being covered in centuries worth of evil energy that's been cleansed out of people, which results in just a big giant man baby thing that can only say its name until it transforms into this ogre demon thing that doesn't have any speaking lines and is just kind of a bad guy. That's all he really is, just chaotic evil. And then, well, Hirudegarn, a statue brought to life, and it's basically just a kaiju. Okay. None of these villains sound like they're the deepest, most complex thing ever. They sound like they're all in line with Broly. They're just simple. Because Dragon Ball, it doesn't do anything complicated. Even when it has something that they could potentially make complex, they never do. Dragon Ball doesn't go into that area. It just keeps everything simple. And when it comes to like the movie villains of Dragon Ball Z, they're all very simplistic, and it's fine. Those movies are really just bonuses to just bonus episodes of the series. That's all they really are. Most of them don't even really qualify as movies due to their runtime. But now everybody just singles out Broly and all of his flaws and shortcomings, and then when you look at this movie and everyone is saying, oh my god, they're going to flesh Broly out. Like Toriyama is going to do Broly right. Because, Toriyama, he has full creative control of the script. But that was also the case for Resurrection F. It wasn't like Battle of Gods where he basically took somebody else's idea and added his own spin to it. He had full control of the script, and Resurrection F was a complete dumpster fire. It was no different from your typical run-of-the-mill Dragon Ball Z movie. So why everybody is getting all hyped up for this one, especially considering the track record modern Dragon Ball has had, I just really don't fucking get it. Because when I see the trailer of this movie, well, I'm already not happy about the Bojack special being just completely done away with in favor of the shit-ass excuse of a story in Dragon Ball Minus, which that wasn't even a story. It just took everything interesting about Bardock away from him. It's just anything that made Bardock interesting. It's all gone because Bardock, he was awesome in the Bardock special. The Bardock special was fucking awesome. It's one of the better told stories in Dragon Ball Z, but we can't have nice things. That's basically how it goes now. We just can't have nice things. And when I look at Dragon Ball Super Broly, it just really disappoints the hell out of me that this series keeps just falling back on the same thing that it kept on doing ever since modern Dragon Ball became a thing. Because every time they introduce a new element, instead of really going in depth and exploring the element, they just continually turn back to fan service. Battle of Gods gave us the idea of more gods as well as other universes out there. So by the next movie, we thought that we would start exploring all those other universes, but instead we bring Frieza back and give him a palette swap of a new form. In Universe 6, we got to see the twin universe of Universe 7. We got to see Universe 6 and see its characters, and we could have potentially had an arc later on where we set things in Universe 6 in order to flesh it out more. But nope, in the next arc, we bring back Future Trunks and have him go up against basically Tullus all over again. Just Tullus merged with Kaioshin. With the Tournament of Power, we see all these other universes. So since all of the universes got revived in the end, so we would start spending time exploring these other universes, right? Because, now is as good a time as any. You have all these universes, it's time we really start exploring them. Nope, we just bring back Broly. Despite the fact that we already brought back Broly in the form of Kale. Kale was supposed to basically be the canon representation of Broly. She was supposed to be based off of him, and she even copies the shit that he does in movie 8 verbatim back in episode 93 of Super. So now we're gonna actually take Broly and bring him here. So I guess basically we would say this is male Kale, I guess. So that's just the big problem that I really see with Dragon Ball Super, with modern Dragon Ball as a whole. It's like, it's bringing back all of these old nostalgic elements and just rehashing them. You think that this is a good opportunity to make new things, make things to set it apart from what came before. But nope, new ideas are for queers. Why come up with new things when you can just keep regurgitating old ideas and milking them for all they're worth for all of eternity? I don't know. Hell, in the new Broly movie, Goten and Trunks are still kids, and Bulma looks like she's gotten even younger. Why the fuck these characters have suddenly undergone a case of Simpson syndrome, I don't know, but whatever. It's just when it comes to modern Dragon Ball, I can't even get mad at it anymore. I spent all of Dragon Ball Super, all 131 episodes of it, being mad. It's just, I expect modern Dragon Ball to fuck shit up. And it's fucking shit up with Vegeta's age. Because, well, looks like it's saying that Vegeta was born around the same time as Goku and Broly, despite the fact that Vegeta's 5 years older than them. Vegeta was born in age 732. Meanwhile, Goku and Broly were born in age 737. So, yeah, they're 5 years younger. So now they're gonna retcon Vegeta's age, but, age, like, when it comes to aging, Toriyama hasn't been able to get ages straight for the longest. Like, he originally said Goku was 14, then he says Goku was 12 because Goku thought 14 came after 11. But then you see Dragon Ball Minus, it's having Goku being a little older because Toriyama is looking back on his old story and he is going by on if Goku was actually 14. It's just, Toriyama can't get his own story straight. That's why the continuity is such a mess. However, all of the canon tards out there that just continually suck Toriyama's dick will be perfectly fine with it and come up with some half-ass excuse for why it is, when the real reason is Toriyama just can't keep his own facts straight, and that's been the truth. But then you also have the Broly tards who want Broly to be canon, so now the canon tards and the Broly tards can now join forces with one another. And just really, everything about modern Dragon Ball has been total shit, so how is this movie really gonna be any different? So what do you guys think of this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also like and subscribe for more content. So that'll be the end of this video. Have a good day, everyone. This is Trace, signing out.